Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a mother movie. So today we're gonna be reacting to yet another video. You know, it's about the homeless crisis of employed people. So without further ado, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and let's jump straight into the content.
It's the new face of homelessness in America. Folks who are working full-time but with nowhere to live. According to the National Alliance to End
That's crazy. Absolutely insane. The apartments nowadays are extremely expensive. Like these big corporations are charging people an arm and a leg to live. So a lot of American people do not know how to manage money. They don't know how to manage money, and a lot of times the jobs that people do have are not able to they're not able to cover rent and other expenses. So we're seeing a lot of videos about especially people living that van life, living in the car and stuff like that. Um, it's insane.
homelessness, nearly 19,000 people enter homelessness for the first time each week. Many of them, up to half, according to some studies, have a job. In 2022, Knoxville, Tennessee saw the largest rent growth of any metro area nationwide. While the spike is slowing down, more than half of renters are spending 30% or more of their income on housing. For others,
Hey guys, you want to know another thing I noticed about the housing market? Because I didn't stay all over the country and stuff, but most places where there are a lot of white collar white Caucasian people, like Knoxville, it has a high population of Caucasian. Um, Usually these areas be average areas, just like any other neighborhood, but we're seeing that. I remember when they was talking about Knoxville, how people had to pay more taxes because their property values went up, you know. And a lot of times we're seeing that more and more people want to live in Caucasian, highly upper class Caucasian neighborhoods, and that drives the value of those properties sky high. And another thing is, we always seeing from my personal experience that people can actually live. It's safe, clean, you know. Um, 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 you can live a life without most of the time getting robbed by guys, and a lot of other neighborhoods around the country. You know, we got black owned neighborhoods. The value's still low. Um, but people are flooding to most people are flooding to populations of neighborhoods that has been gentrified. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that people actually care about their properties, and they're like luxury apartments, and they're turning everything luxury. And now a 500 once apartment that was $500, now they renovated it. Now it's $1,500.
affording a house or apartment is simply no longer possible. In the first of our two-part series, our correspondent Jessica Gomez travels to Knoxville to talk to those affected. Here's an airport order. It's paying $23.
Quenisha Tweedy starting her day as an online delivery driver in Knoxville, Tennessee. Switching between apps, she clocks in 7 days a
Now look, guys, this is what I'm talking about. When we react to neighborhoods like where I'm from, Memphis, cities where I'm from that I've been to, like some cities in Alabama, some cities in that has a highly population of black people. You see the crime rate be so high, and so now you got black people who can't survive because they just want to. You got a lot of American black people who just want to live normal lives, and they resonate more with living normal lives when with going to a Caucasian neighborhood because it's safer. Mostly everybody got cameras. Everything's modernized and stuff like that, and people have the right to charge for that luxury. That's why the prices are still low in um, hoods and all over America. Prices, the cheapest you're gonna get is in the hood, but as soon as you go to an upscale neighborhood, where people actually care, and you got neighborhood watch and stuff like that, you know, you're not gonna be able to afford to live. So that's basically, I'm pretty sure what this lady's doing.
Week.
Turn right onto Muddy Creek Road.
There's a break to pick up her kids from school
Did you have a good day with Miss Jenkins?
and homework, usually at the local library.
All right, guys, time to buckle up.
Then back on the road.
You see, like in most black, and like Chicago and highly populated black neighborhoods, you can't just have your kids going to school and living a normal life. They don't have to be ashamed of being themselves. They look like normal children to me. But when you go to the same school and African American neighborhood today, it's infested with gangs, fighting, division, and stuff like that. So the matter of fact is that most most neighborhoods that people are trying to move to, because a lot of people are not trying to move to the hood. There's plenty of real estate. There's plenty of real estate that's dirt cheap. You can literally get a house for $2,000 in a lot of these cities, but nobody wants to live there. They want to live in places where it's highly civilized, where it's safer so they can raise their families. Because people be thinking like most people have kids, most people have families, and so a lot of people who's going to these upscale neighborhoods are having issues because they don't have the qualifications to make enough money to pay for the rent of the place that they're staying. It's insane. Let's keep it moving.
Lady's kids, 5, 9, and 14, her oldest with special needs, helping to deliver.
Yes, you can play your game. They like the fact that they can come and help me with orders. They just don't want to be in the car all day.
It wasn't always this way.
Before that, I was a district manager at a newspaper company.
But when the company
She's silly. What's funny about that?
downsized, she lost her job and was evicted from her Georgia apartment, moving here with promises of more delivery work until she can find a new job.
You got both cases of water? I kind of think I failed, honestly. I understand that it's the economy, but it's like...
You see, she moved away from Georgia. Like I said, like a lot of people are go to Georgia, go to Atlanta, then they start to see that it's not what they thought it was, and they find a lot of people find themselves homeless. We're living in a time period where 9 times out of 10, everybody you're meeting on the bus, if you're catching the bus, if you're wherever, 9 times out of 10, they done been homeless or they're one paycheck away from going homeless. You guys, you see, I had lost my job and got in an argument with my wife, and I ended up homeless again. But for a lot of people, this is not the norm. A lot of people, it's not easy, and it's not easy being homeless, but it is doable if you know how to be homeless, where you can financially come up while you're homeless. Because you know, and we talk about that a lot. So let's keep it moving.
You know, I was trying to save, and it seemed like every time I would save, something would come up.
But failure isn't something Tweety has time for. She and her family will work into the night before stopping to sleep in their car. They're home for 4 months now.
That's the sleeping in the car, bro. The kids sleeping in the car and they can't even afford to live. You know, can't even afford to live when there's houses. We didn't say you houses in black neighborhoods that people don't even want to stay in because the crime rates are so bad. But you can get a lot of these abandoned houses and fix them up and turn them to the luxury houses we see in other neighborhoods where people want to go to, and we can make our own community safer. You know, but it's insane.
I would have never imagined that we would be homeless. Never.
She's not alone. Knoxville's homeless population nearly doubling since 2018. More than half report being evicted or unable to find affordable housing as prices here have skyrocketed. The average rent increasing more than 50% over the past 4 years.
We're talking about people who work at gas stations, warehouses, retail locations.
Erin Reed, the executive director of the Office of Housing Stability.
It's not a Knoxville problem, but it's an America problem. Since the downturn in 2008, we've been underbuilding, and we're also on the receiving end of the
I get tired of like when these so-called educated people come and say that we're underbuilding. Where are you just underbuilding in the Caucasian neighborhoods, which are safe and everybody's trying to move there? Because from all the videos that we see on this channel, there's plenty of land, there's plenty of homes that are abandoned all across the country. So we know that's not the issue, you know.
migration trend where people with comparatively high incomes are moving from large cities into small and mid-sized towns, and that's having an upward effect on our housing costs.
The county's main shelter, Knox Area Rescue Ministries, over capacity by November. An expanded area for women and children full with a waiting list. About 150 of those staying here are employed.
We recently housed a lady with a master's degree in social work who was staying here. And so folks that are highly skilled, have backgrounds, work histories, not being able to afford current rent prices.
And that'll be the same lady who looking for a guy making $500,000 a year.
See if that coffee's wicked, see if we need to make some more coffee.
Just outside of town, Jolyn Hartney works 40 hours a week as a gas station manager. The mother of two, homeless after being evicted from her apartment.
3 years ago, I was paying $975 for a 3-bedroom and lived there for 2 years, no problems. But then my brother died and I spiraled a little bit and didn't pay rent for a month and a half to try to get him buried and things like that. And it just all went downhill from there.
You will give the property manager the blue form.
Hartney on the wait list for public housing assistance, facilitated through Knoxville's Community Action Committee, a social services agency that also provides meals, transportation, and utilities.
Guys, you cannot depend on these agencies because they're over capacity, but they can help illegal immigrants get whole hotel buildings and put millions of dollars into people who are not even from this country, guys. It's absolutely insane, you know. But man, that's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys think on the topic. If you're going through homeless or whatever, you know, may God be with you. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and always remember, fellas, it's a mother movie. Over and out.